Alright, we should be back, and we should be good now. Apologize in advance, boys. Uh, I literally just did this. You guys won't even see it. Um, I literally just created this. So you guys will not have even seen this live stream. Anyways, doesn't matter. Enjoy the music. 28 or 29-13. New England. Look, guys. The votes on my short. I'm sorry, New England fans. It happened to y'all. It happened to y'all. Wow. Wow. Uh, what do we talk about first? Do we go into the fact that Drake May was running for his life half the time? Do we talk about the fact that this was a defensive game for 3 quarters of it, literally? Do we talk about the fact that uh, Stephon Diggs disappeared in this game? Uh, he literally didn't get a single target until the fourth quarter. I don't know if he wasn't part of the game plan, if he was a decoy, or if he just simply didn't show up. I don't I don't have any words for that. That was an embarrassment. It was an embarrassment to say the least. Seattle walks away with this victory pretty handedly. I mean, yes, New England puts up 13 points in the fourth quarter, but other than the 13 points, Seattle they won this handily. And yes, was it a 9 point game going into the second half? Yeah, yeah, it was a 9 point game going into the second half, but uh, they still lost. And it almost seemed like New England didn't have a counterpunch. There was no counterpunch. Uh, they, at one point, they couldn't even get past, half field, the 50-yard line. I mean, it was really lackluster to say the least. Um, Stay a little bit longer. I'll talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. Definitely, just gonna say this. I don't think Americans were the target audience. I mean, I personally am not a Bad Bunny fan, so I don't even. Sorry. Uh, I was making jokes left and right, and I probably would get canceled on YouTube if I said them. Let's put it that way. And that's not like being mean. That was just a simple fact that I'm like, why did we bring him here if most people don't even know the words? Even if it was just, you're bumping to the beats or whatever, but you don't even know what he's saying. I mean, let's be real, guys. How many people actually remember Spanish class from middle school or high school? Um, I'm not trying to say Spanish is a dead language because that's not by any means the case. But on the other hand, when you come to America and you play America's sport, um, and you bring in a Latin, I want to say he's Latin. I don't want to. I don't want to disrespect anybody. That's not what I came on here to do. But on the other hand, having this platform, I just want to speak on the fact that I think a lot of people were lost. I think a lot of people are lost in that situation. Yeah, yeah. I think if I could speak for the men of the culture, we were just enjoying the show from the girls dancing. Um, but for the rest of us in general, just like the overall encompassing of the Super Bowl halftime show, it was lackluster. I didn't understand the words. I don't know what they're saying. Uh, there was way too many close-ups of Bad Bunny. Like, I don't understand why we're throwing a camera in their face. Um, I don't need a close up of him walking towards me. Sorry. The production was cool, I guess, in a sense of like maybe him telling a story. But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot. It's lackluster compared to other Super Bowl halftime shows in general. I still to this day think the best Super Bowl halftime show, at least in my time frame, definitely was the Dr. Dre show, with 50 Cent, with Dr. Dre, with Eminem, with Kendrick Lamar. You had so many great artists on that show. Uh, to say the least, it just is one of those things where you ask yourself, what is really going on? Um, in that halftime show. Now, all together, the entire game, right? The game, the halftime show, the poor excuse for commercials. None of them were funny. I didn't understand the uh, even the reason to watch the Super Bowl at that point. Like, a lot of people, if you go into my shorts, right, you literally see 75% of my votes were Seattle Seahawks. Like, it was almost like everybody knew Seattle was going to win. I feel like the only people that voted the Patriots were either people that believed that Drake May had some Tom Brady in him, or that, uh, they had uh, Bill Belichick back there calling plays, or just a simple fact that maybe New England had a good defense and they could stop the high flying Seattle offense. I don't understand. I don't really know where these projections were going. Um, Seattle clearly was a better team, and it almost looked like that from the start. I will say, Christian Gonzalez, shout out to that dude. He is a dog. And when I tell you I saw some plays he made, it was magical seeing a corner make those kind of plays. It was a breath of fresh air seeing somebody making plays like that time and time and time again. Every single time they targeted him, he was making a play on the ball. Like, it was a thing of beauty from the cornerback position. Um, both offensive lines were struggling, but Seattle found a way to run the ball. Kenneth Walker ends up going for, I think, 136, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. 135. So he goes 27 for 135, averaging 5 yards a carry. And, you take it a step further and you go to Sam Darnold's performance, 202 yards, 50% completion rating, and 1 touchdown. I mean, to be real, that's lackluster. But it doesn't make up for the fact that you had a 2 for 2 performance from Drake May, and both of his touchdowns came in the fourth quarter, pretty much at garbage time, because the next play was, I think, an interception. I think they ruled it an interception by this term. Or did he just throw 2 interceptions? I don't even know. Maybe they ruled it a fumble and they took it to the crib. All I know is the second touchdown of the game came from the defense. And again, lackluster. It hurt my feelings to watch this game. I think a lot of people felt that way. I mean, I went to a Super Bowl gathering where we had about 5 or 6 people all watching the game together, and we literally started talking football about other teams because there was no reason to even be talking about the Super Bowl. There was nothing to talk about. I mean, they didn't give us much to talk about, and it wasn't enjoyable to watch. So, again, like I said, I'm not trying to crap on the entire performance of the Super Bowl, but on the other hand, it's kind of what I'm doing, and I think other people will feel my sentiment. Yeah, yeah, that's where I'm at. Just a sigh, a sigh. I stay up till what was it, 10:30 at night, 10:45 at night to finish that game, and you kind of already you could have turned the game off in a quarter of the way through the fourth quarter. You could have turned the game off at the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter because you knew there wasn't anything they were going to do. At that point, it was, I believe, it was 29-7. I think it was 29-7. It was something terrible, right? It was lackluster. There's no reason to even be watching the game at that point. Uh, what are you gonna do? And it looked like Seattle literally could run the ball 3 times, punt, and New England struggled to move the ball that bad that they just wouldn't make a play even if it was that situation. So uh, that's where I'm at with that. I think what I'm gonna do very quickly after ending this stream, uh, which is coming soon, mind you. This is probably gonna be close to the end of the stream. Just want to throw it out there. If you guys are Atlanta fans and you guys want to see more content from me, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment saying that you want to see Atlanta Falcons content. Because I'm about to drop a stream on talking about the situation that just recently happened yesterday. Interestingly enough, I guess technically it was on Tuesday. Right? Was that Tuesday? Wow, I'm getting my days mixed up. Last Tuesday? I don't know. Maybe it's the weekend. I don't know. It's interesting if we just now hear about it. But anyways, James Spears Jr. Got arrested. I'll give you guys more details in the next live stream. Alright guys, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Until next time guys,